and welcome to Vodafone Healthline, where we give you expert practical advice on how to live a healthy life. My name is Ruth and I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Papani.
Hello everyone, I'm Lorraine.
Hello, my name is Bright.
Makafui is on the line from Petue. Makafui, hello.
Hello, doctors. Whenever I drink milk, my tummy runs and I feel very bloated. What is wrong with me?
Makafui, thank you for your question. I think your question addresses a concern that is on the hearts of many. Especially in our parts of the world, a lot of people tend to have this reaction to something we call lactose. So lactose is a sugar that is found in milk and dairy products like cheese and butter and certain margarines that are high in this lactose. Now, when it comes to, we say you are lactose intolerant, meaning that whenever you do take any of these products, you tend to have a sensation of being bloated, like you said, you're gassy, you're passing more gas. It may get so uncomfortable and so severe that you end up having this crampy abdominal pain, which is associated with certain rumbling, sounds. Someone's like, is that you? This would be coming from your tummy and they will be quite loud. You may end up having diarrhea or may even vomit. So when it comes to deciding that you are lactose intolerant, there are some tests, but it's non-specific. But then the test is what we call the removal and then observation. So if you notice that you don't get the symptoms, as soon as maybe you drink milk or take cheese or butter, then you get the symptoms again. That is a high indicator that you are lactose intolerant. So there's no real treatment. It's not really a disease, but it's just that your body isn't able to digest lactose very well. So it ends up being associated with a lot of these abdominal symptoms. We just advise you that you avoid it. So Makafui, I hope that we've been helpful. You decide, can you live with the effects of taking dairy products, or if it's so bad on you, you might just have to forfeit them altogether. So all the best with that. So we take an SMS from Ernestina in Amfrante, and this is what she writes. My mother died of a cancer somewhere in her intestines. Is it possible for me to get it too?
Unfortunately, yes, it's very possible that you could also get this cancer. And the reason is because what we call colorectal cancer is one of the many bowel cancers that you can get. It tends to run in families. So if a first-degree relative, that meaning that your mother or your father got it, you are at very high risk of having it somewhere in the future. So in your case, would advocate that at least once a year, there's a test we do called stool for occult blood. Before the cancer shows itself, changes occur in the gut, which reflects in your stool. You can't see it with your eyes, but it can be seen through some lab tests. So you just take a bit of your stool, we take it to the lab, and we look for bloody substances in it, which tell us that something is going on, okay? And then you also want to look out for any changes in bowel habits. Usually, this will be one of the very first signs that will show that something is going wrong in your bowel. In addition, there's a test we recommend that after age 40, if you're at risk of getting bowel cancer, it should be done. And what we do is we pass a probe or a tube with a camera through the back passage, and we look into the colon. And we're looking for any growths that may have, sprung up. And we look for any bleeding points. We look for any unusual findings. If anything like that shows up, we take a bit of it, we take it to the lab, and then we test for it, whether it's cancer or not. When it comes to bowel cancer, early detection is key to survival. And even early detection doesn't always guarantee cure depending on the kind of bowel cancer that you have. But your chances are better once it's recognized.
So Ernestina, early detection actually increases your chances of cure. But all this depends on the stage of the cancer at the time at which it's detected.
Let's see what iRed is up to.
Amen. Amen. Merry Christmas. No, I'm not a doctor, but with first aid, I can help. In case of choking, give up to 5 back blows between the shoulder blades with the heel of your hand. If the person is not pregnant or too obese, do abdominal thrust. Stand behind the person and wrap your hands around the waist. Place your clenched fist above the person's navel. Quickly pull inward and upward. Continue with cycles of 5 back blows and abdominal thrusts until the object is coughed up or the person starts to breathe or cough. Take the object out of the mouth only if you can see it. So you see, it's not really rocket science now, is it?
And don't eat too quickly too.
Merry Christmas.
Vodafone, power to you.
Your child's health and development is our prime concern. Join us on Kids Corner. Today, we talk about discipline.
Sometimes some parents actually try to extrapolate what was done for them as children to their children. Some of these actually do work, but then, sometimes the era is so different and things may have changed. But then there's some basic tips that you actually have to follow. The first thing is that you actually have to fashion the discipline to your child's temperament, because if your child's temperament is that of a very quiet child and you're always shouting at the child may tend to become timid. So the main aim is actually to just bring out the best in your child. Now, it's always important to lay down the rules clearly so that the child understands, so that you just don't pounce on your child and surprise the child out of the blue. It should be more like, if you do this, this is the consequence, so don't do that. And you actually have to be consistent. So not one day you say something different and elicit a particular punishment. The child does the same thing and you're eliciting a different punishment. You should be very consistent with your child.
And we tend to assume that discipline simply just means punishment, but it basically means teaching your child to know what the correct values in life are and teaching your child to be able to understand and appreciate those values so that he doesn't even get to the point where he has to be punished for doing something. Keep in mind that it's your responsibility as a parent also to be that role model for that child and let that child develop into what you want them to be and what they also see through you.
Send us some of the beliefs that you're unsure of and we'll set the record straight. We'll take a question from the audience.
Hello, doctors. My name is Forgive. Is it true that when you microwave food, you kill all the nutrients in it?
Forgive, when you use a microwave, what you're basically doing is that you're exposing heat in the form of certain rays onto the food just to warm it up. This is a modern device, so it's equivalent to heating it on the stove. Now, you may not kill all the nutrients, depending on how long you expose it to the microwave. So did you time it for 15 minutes or 10 minutes or just 1 minute? And what exactly are you microwaving? If it's vegetables, they tend to be a bit more denatured because the fresher they are, the better. If it's meat, it's going to be very difficult for you to kill the nutrients. If it's a stew, well, it depends exactly on what you are cooking and how long you are cooking it for. You will not kill all the nutrients. You may denature it, but it will still be useful for consumption. So this one, you don't have to worry. The nutrients will be there.
So this is a myth.
Thank you, doctors.
The following segment contains material of an adult nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Stay tuned for some sex education. Daniel from Tamale writes, I have heard of men breaking their penis during sex. How does this occur and can it be fixed?
Daniel, this is true, unfortunately. The penis actually can be broken, okay? Now, this is what we usually refer to as a penile fracture. So usually we know bones to break and we call those fractures, but actually the penis can also fracture. I'll just demonstrate something. So here we have an erect penis, and this model is a cross-section of the erect penis. Now, in the cross-section of the penis is this gray structure here, which is called the corpus cavernosa. Now, this structure is very important because it actually collects all the blood that flows into the penis during an erection. And this is actually bounded by very thick, strong tissue. Now, during an erection, the penis is obviously very hard for penetrative sex. And it's usually found that in the case of very vigorous sex, and some people, very vigorous masturbation, you can actually break your penis. And in breaking it, it just simply means that the covering of this gray area, your corpus cavernosa, actually snaps. So in a person who experiences a penile fracture, you'd actually hear the snapping sound. Then immediately the person loses his erection. The next thing you realize that there's this severe pain and instant swelling. In a light-skinned person, you actually see the blood actually pool under the skin. And this thing, I must say, is a surgical emergency.
And actually, there are also other things, apart from vigorous sexual intercourse, as you put it, that can cause penile fractures. In fact, any blunt force to an erect penis can also cause a fracture. So typically, you wake up in the morning, most men have an early morning tumescence or erection. And the first thing they do is they go pee, and then the penis comes down. Most of the time, half of the people are so sleepy, they are literally, sleepwalking to the bathroom. I have seen people have penile fractures that way. So in the process of peeing, somehow, some way, they ended up, hitting it against the toilet bowl, and they fractured their penises.
So remember, a penile fracture is a surgical emergency that can be treated. The penis doesn't have any bones in it, but you can fracture the tissue that supports the blood during an erection. Go to a hospital the moment you know that this has happened. You never know when you will need that penis again. When the Healthline team found little Melissa in the previous episode, they met her mother, Cynthia, who strives to remain strong for her sick daughter despite the fact that she's slowly dying.
My wife's condition started 10 years ago. Was she gave birth to her firstborn.
Me ba odikano me wo no 3 months. Ena say me bowa. Me bowa na atuatua so enjai. Nti ahomachi no me sorry ye no na me hu say afa me hu mi ayensiso. Ndi ani me call hospital. Eno ana doctor say akoma no asesa na eye kesiye.
Well, we heard the news. It was a shock news to me personally as the husband or as the man of the house.
A woman to mommy drew kakra. And the old thing started to say, you phone ye kesiye. Bante ya me ko twins you. Me ko no ma twins you. I'm twins you na sometimes first time I'm here in 4 months. Answer me san ko tribute. But me twin first one, ko twin second one. Second one na nche and the san share kesiye biom. Nti afi kesiya na eye. Eye na me ko ya maybe 2-3 weeks na san ye kesiye biom. Nti this month my ko tribute 3 times.
Cynthia has a problem with one of her heart valves, called the mitral valve. That one is, from our investigation so far, that valve is leaking very badly. And because of that, it has also affected another valve called the tricuspid valve. She's been in chronic heart failure for quite some time.
Now, my daughter needs help. My wife also needs help.
To me, you bibia. Me ye bibi kakra no ma bre. Me nante kakra no ma bre.
So I'm taking care of them. What I can do to manage it, take care of Melissa, bath for her, give her dress, carry her, the mother as well, take care of her. The very necessary thing that is needed in the house concerning Melissa and my wife, I do it as a man in the house. Even though it wasn't easy part, I do it. She's my wife. We have married. We have vowed before God in wedding ceremony, agreed to love and be faithful to each other. So no matter what the conditions, I should stand as a man to support her till she gets well, and till now you are talking to me.
Bemano. And Obuam will be a proud bibia, no mercy bibia, no one a bibia. None a bibia.
I wash, I do everything, wash the children's clothes, hair clothes together. Almost everything in the house, I have to do it. Washing the bathroom.
Oyare, our hospital, imagine that to her. But papa na da no, anopa obekọ edwuma na ma akosisa no. Nti me wo ofiti anopa ekopo me enwumre. So papa ba na me suma be fie. Abehwe ba akon first one.
It wasn't easy. It's a very tough, stretchful lifetime.
Jare no ba ye nti na say edwuma no me nkobiem. Ma fa ne say me ni edwuma till say me ho beto me nyame boa. Na ma koso me edwuma mo. Ba nyame ayadum be ma no. Na onu nso ekọ ba kakaka no onu nso di bia beboa.
Some of the personal challenges that I faced was how to get her drugs, because being a cardio patient or having a heart problem, their drugs are always very expensive. So you have to go around looking for employment one place to another. You have to press on, always running after a work to get a job to do and take care of her. So it's either I leave them in the house. It wasn't easy because she can't do anything. She is tired. That is the most difficult thing I've faced as a man. But I always smile because if things are difficult and you should give your mind to them, you'll be overcome. So I use the smile to overcome the situations around me.
Operation no ma ka che. Omo ka ya che say me operation no. Ana omo ma me price no. Ba o ka ya no, o se me nko dwene hu na me nko boaboa me ho ano. Ba me kata me ni bia bi ni bebia. Se omo ka say omo me catch kire omo obi say am say me wo sika me di be ya na me ka kire omo say me ni sika. Oh, sir, me, my family says, see, I'm under drugs. Because I say, Sikan, now this time, so you can say, we are in a Uniska, Yamin, you are console. Until my family say, me, they see, and Yanko upon a woman who buy. Because since I didn't start here up till now, I'm can't say, me go operation, and me, me will cry, me woo ye. Until me finally say maybe there is hope, and I made it nasty.
My wife doesn't know that sometimes I cry, sometimes I feel like giving up. But remembering being a Christian, I use it to give thanks to God, because He said in all things you should give thanks. We are in it. You have to make sure the situation in hand doesn't overcome you. But you have to make sure you handle it. And after peace, life must go on.
Vodafone partnered with the Ghana Heart Foundation to save Cynthia's life. The following scenes contain images that could disturb sensitive viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's a major surgical procedure. Because this is an open heart surgery. And remember, open heart, no matter what type, is a major surgical undertaking. We're going to approach the heart, of course, as we normally do. We open the chest by splitting the breastplate. And then we go connect her to the heart-lung machine. You remember that we have to stop the heart from beating. But if you stop somebody's heart, the person will die. But so somebody some machine will do the work of the heart and the work of the lungs when the heart has been stopped. we're going to change the mitral valve. We're going to remove whatever remnant there is of the valve, and then we put in an artificial valve, and then repair the tricuspid valve.
All appears to be going well with the surgery, and then Cynthia's heart stops beating. The surgical team remain calm. They know exactly what to do and are able to get her heart started again. If it wasn't for the incredible team at the cardiothoracic unit, Cynthia would not have survived the surgery.
There was a harrowing time just when we finished and we took her off the heart-lung machine, and the heart stopped. So we had to really do cardiac massage again. And fortunately, she picked up immediately. We just leave everything in God's hands. We've done what we can. The next is for the overall healer to heal her. And by God's grace, by His grace, she should be fine.
Vodafone would like to thank the staff at the National Cardiothoracic Unit for everything they have done for Cynthia and her family.
Please put your hands together for Cynthia, Israel, her husband, and little Melissa as they join us on the show.
Icho baba o mi ipi wa dienche ni kai ye wala mi olololo ni mene kechon Vodafone bi ano awo bed ne je no
Ona keshi Alice Vodafone nye wabo ife o operation ne no yin wabo shi wo amewa ye je mekeke ambas wona me wabo fio no ababo no ko fio ko ni e ka ba chio inse o ka babo anti Cynthia.
Ni modromo na iye hewale kachon ni modromo na kachon Vodafone bien so wonder Vodafone bien.
That brings us to the end of another amazing season of Vodafone Healthline. Thank you for joining us, and we are honored to have hosted you. We'll be back on your screen soon. Until we meet again, don't ease off on living healthy. Stay good, stay positive, and stay blessed. Goodbye.
Vodafone will continue to support this program. If you have been moved by the stories or issues you've seen on Healthline, you can donate 1 Ghana cedi by texting GIVE to 133. Or you can donate by sending your contribution via Vodafone Cash to 835000.
Vodafone, power to you.